He's bouncing through there, man.
Alright, so this week what we've got going on is we've got some shock testing. So Zbroz and HCR are working together to put together a exit shock option for the HCR General long travel kit. Obviously they offer the Kings already. That's what I've got here, taking it off the driver's side. So this is prototype number 1 that we're going to test out, let them know what we think on it, and kind of see what it goes from there. So hopefully these come out real soon. We'll see how many iterations they have to go through. Hopefully maybe this is the one already and it's perfect. We'll see. All right, before I got too far on this, I've got the driver's side on already. I wanted to at least kind of show the differences between these two. So King shock, exit shock again. So the main differences is the shock cylinder on the King is a little bit bigger than the exit shock. And then the exit has a piggyback reservoir, and then King has obviously a remote reservoir. I think, at least as far as this prototype goes, there's not as many clicks on the exit shocks. I think there's 10 to 12. I think there's about 20 on the King shocks. But one of the differences on these exit shocks is it's dual rate, has a crossover ring and all that kind of stuff, and then the King is just single rate. So I'm really excited to try these. I'm excited for the dual rate to see how that feels and see if that feels better and makes things smoother. And choppy stuff or whoops or anything like that. Obviously the General isn't really made for that specifically, but it can always help. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, the reservoir itself is smaller also. I don't know. So you guys can obviously see the differences. Hopefully I can point out some more after we test and help you decide maybe which one you'd want to get on your kit. And go from there. So anyway, I'm gonna finish putting these on, and then I don't know, hopefully this weekend get out and start testing these things.
That's it. Turn a little driver. Eric just did a perfect climb out of here. It was so good looking. And then I looked at the camera and it showed a bunch of zeros. So anyway, I'm having him back down this thing. That's gonna be a bad idea. That's gonna be more fun than going up it. So
this is such a bad idea.
No, you're good. Turn. That's sketchy. Yeah, and then straighten up and go forward a little bit. Okay, stop. Hey, go driver. Yep, that's the driver. Yeah, stay driver, stay driver, stay driver, driver, driver. Okay, now straight back. Little driver, a little more driver.
Such a bad idea.
Stay driver. Ah! That's sketchy. I'm probably doing a terrible film job.
Alright, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, the camera is on.
Are you sure?
It's showing red, so.
Alright.
Alright, one more time.
Not funny. That was actually pretty similar, I would say.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was pretty close. Alright.
Let's go hit some whoops.
Yep.
everything she had, dude. Came in hot. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I can go a lot faster through this crap in these things.
Yeah,
that's
it looked
one
like
difference. There's quite a few differences. We'll have to talk about it.
I'm guessing you were going 50.
I was not letting off, and normally I cannot go near that fast
Yeah.
with the King shocks. So pros and cons to both.
Yep.
We'll go over it.
Sweet.
Okay, why did you make me get up and come and film you in the garage?
Well, because last weekend, Royce was the utmost professional and missed the climb video, as you guys saw earlier. And then as we're doing the outro and just kind of the recap in the parking lot, his phone goes dead, he maxes out his storage on his phone. So
Douche, dude. Again.
okay, if you guys want to know that whole story, subscribe to our Patreon, because we have that whole story in depth that you can see on Patreon only. Anyway, what we're really here to do is a recap on the first prototype testing of the exit shocks for the HCR long travel kit. I think let's go over, I think, 3 different categories. Let's start with the whoops. And we'll kind of throw some stuff over the top here.
Getting a call right now? It's Shauna, so...
Tell Ryan's wife he's gonna have to wait.
Okay, decline.
Anyway, whoops. So certain things, so this is going to be a comparison a little bit, and a review of at least the initial exit shocks and a comparison to the King shocks. Again, let me reiterate, this is a prototype. They're not coming out with this yet. They're going to make some adjustments based on what I say, based on what they put on some other cars and feel, that kind of stuff. So we're getting a feel for it. So with that said, through the whoops, this was one area where the exit shocks absolutely shined. They were fantastic. Normally, when I'm going through whoop sections, at least big whoops, I can go maybe 35 miles an hour tops. And this time I was able to push it pretty good, upwards of 50 miles an hour. Now I was still kicking, even at 50 miles an hour, back and forth a little bit. Remember, this is still general. But it was way more controlled, even at 10, 15 miles an hour over the King shock. So that was a huge upgrade. I think a lot of that has to do with it being a dual rate spring setup. I think that really helped with that. Let's see, next let's go over the rocky stuff, washboard type of sand, that kind of stuff. So that's one area where my feedback was to make these shocks a little softer, a little more plush. They were a little bit stiffer through that kind of stuff than the Kings. These things are super comfortable, super soft through that kind of stuff. And it wasn't bad, but I think it's something that could definitely be upgraded. And so that's the feedback I'm going to give them on that. And then finally, I would say through rock crawling, climbing, any sort of technical stuff, they're actually really close. There are certain things that the Kings I liked a little bit better, certain things on the exits that I liked a little bit better. One thing in particular was if you had a climb where you have to kind of hit it at the bottom, what it tends to do on this machine is really hit and the back end bounces as you first.
Just like you like it. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Your back end is bouncing.
That's exactly what you were supposed to do.
This is why I'm not allowed to record.
Exactly. And like either that or it's Ryan or you never together, because then it gets really inappropriate.
It's when it's the best.
Anyway, the back end bounces with the exit shocks. It didn't do that nearly as much, and it was much more controlled. Something like Can-Am heel or something like that. There's a few places where I would have liked them to be a little softer while I was crawling, that kind of thing. I'm going to keep this review short because, again, this is a prototype set. As you can see, I've actually already taken them off. I've taken them back to HCR and given them my feedback and that kind of stuff. So hopefully in the near future, you guys can look for this option on the HCR kit. Again, it's going to be an option. It's not going to replace the Kings. That'll still be an option. So when you go and purchase the kit, you can have either or. And so hopefully this gives you a small idea of what it'll be like. But again, they're going to make some adjustments. So I think ultimately both are going to be really good setups, and that they're going to work really well. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Maybe give us a like and subscribe.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Anyway, if you guys could please subscribe, share our videos. We really appreciate all those that subscribe on Patreon. That helps us a lot. If any of you other guys feel free to do so. That'd be great. It really appreciates it. We appreciate all your support.
It really appreciates it. Wow.
Did I say that a lot?
You did.
Oh.
And wrong.
And wrong? What did I
So
say?
you just cut it out. You said it really appreciates it.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
what
that's
it is and who.
Okay.
Just like and subscribe, share. We appreciate it.
There we go.
There you go.